How's it going, YouTube? Peter here, Ginger Geordie Geek. Welcome back to the channel. You've probably seen the Quantumania trailer and you've seen that big floating head in a chair and you wondered, what the hell is that? Well, we've got the answers for you here. Let's talk M.O.D.O.K. M.O.D.O.K is a very convoluted, complicated character, but basically he was first introduced Tales of Suspense. 93 was his cameo, 94 was his first full appearance, and that was back in 1967. M.O.D.O.K, which stands for Mobile Organism Designed Only for Killing, or sometimes the M is changed for mental organism or mechanized organism, lots of different variations. Basically, he's a floating head with all kinds of powers that was created by AIM, the Advanced Idea Mechanics team. So back in the 60s, the story goes that this guy, George Tarleton, who was an employee of AIM, basically went under a whole host of genetic mutations and medical experimentation, basically designed to increase his intelligence. And that worked out, but basically what it did was it made his head massive and his arms and legs little. As you can see, he looks a bit odd. Basically, they kitted him out with a flying hover chair thing, and he had a very long career in the Marvel comic universe, fighting the heroes in various different iterations. M.O.D.O.K has died and been reborn and renewed numerous times, and there's been lots of different variations of him as a character. So we've had M.O.D.O.M as well, which is an interesting one, and we've also had the M.O.D.O.K Superior. Again, each time they kind of change the phrasing of this M.O.D.O.K and what it stands for. We've also had B.R.O.D.O.K, which stands for Biorobotic Organism Designed Overwhelmingly for Kissing. Dear God. In terms of powers, he's got hyper intelligence, and he's also an incredibly skillful tactician. We don't know if that's because of his mutations or just because of his intelligence, but it almost borders on precognition. Courtesy of AIM, he's got a headband that enables him to focus his mental powers into devastating energy beams, and he's got borderline psychic abilities, enable him to contact others through telepathy and things like that. He can generate his own force fields. He's also got all kinds of different weapons and things attached to his chair, the Doomsday chair that he floats around in. In terms of media, we've had a number of action figures based on the character, some of which were fantastic, and he's also had his own animated cartoon series, M.O.D.O.K, which starred Patton Oswalt as the voice of M.O.D.O.K and aired in 2021. Superb cartoon series, really recommend you check that one out. He's also featured in a number of computer games as well. But why are we here and what are we interested in him for? Well, we know that he's going to appear in Quantumania. We saw some initial imagery a good while ago now, which was absolutely horrendous and had a very angular kind of sharpened looking M.O.D.O.K, which we weren't very keen on. I think most people didn't think it looked very good at all. However, in the recent trailer, we've seen a better image of M.O.D.O.K, and we've also learned that Corey Stoll, the guy who played Yellowjacket in the first Antman movie, is going to be returning as M.O.D.O.K. This is really interesting in itself. We don't know how he's ended up there. I'm assuming he's shrank in some way and got into the quantum realm, and his head's just stayed massive. I don't know. Interesting character. It's going to be really interesting to see what they do with him in Quantumania, and it's going to be interesting to see how general cinema goers cope with this massive heat in a chair. Let us know your thoughts in the comments, and we'll catch you next time. Take care.